good evening, wherever you happen to be across this beautiful Earth's broad surface. A special welcome to you, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. If you're returning, likewise, a sincere welcome, and thank you, and welcome back. And welcome, Jennifer. We're looking forward to a good day.
We are.
And it's they told me it's a special day today.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Father's Day. Wow. It only comes around once a year and I'm struggling to remember. Yes, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. Doesn't matter whether you're perhaps expecting to be a father, or perhaps you are a father, a grandfather, great-grandfather, whatever you are. To all the dads, a very, very warm wish to you for a special day.
Yes, and those taking on father roles.
Very, very much so.
Yes.
And no doubt we'll talk about that as we go into the service today, Jenny. There's the roles. So let it be that we, of course, get the day off to that typical start when we know we connect with the highest, and we really mean the highest, as in our Father. And so, will you please join with us for the opening prayer, the furnace of light exercise for protection, and of course, the Lord's Prayer. Thank you. Almighty, loving and eternal God, great and supreme Spirit, Lord Jesus Christ, our dear friends of the highest, what joy fills our heart, our essence, our complete entirety, as we reach out to embrace you, and we know that you so willingly and lovingly reciprocate and embrace us. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for all your blessings, even those of which we are unaware. And as we give our thanks, we thank you for the upliftment and the protection, the guidance, and everything which you know is so necessary for our development, our protection, our healing, and our pathway. And so it is that we very humbly and sincerely say, thank you. Amen. I am a furnace of light, and I radiate and project my light, my love, my power, my strength, my might, throughout this home, over all this land, to the fence lines and beyond, and deep into the earth, and high into the heavens. And I transmute and transform all energies to love and light. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. And Jenny, I know you have an abundance, a whole encyclopedia of wisdom to share this morning, don't you?
Oh, yes. We always have so much wisdom to share. And what a wonderful day to share this day in September, the first Sunday of September. And we always celebrate Father's Day on the first Sunday.
Yes, and it's spring as well.
Yes, the first Sunday here of spring. Absolutely beautiful. As we celebrate the beautiful array of flowers.
Yes, they are
the beautiful fragrances.
Yes.
And
the beauty, isn't it so wonderful? And I know spring, September is, as you've shared with me, it's your favourite month of the year.
Yes, indeed.
And doesn't that give that massive upliftment, the beauty, the adorning of so vibrant colours, everything else that goes with it.
Yes.
So, wow.
Indeed. Yes, so Spirit this morning shared, and the righteous find peace in their own surrender. Comfort encompasses them and healing pervades them, assisting the development of eternal youth. Beautiful line. And the power that was with me, that meaning the wonderful vibration of Spirit, as I connect with Spirit of the Highest, which is always my intention, to radiate that light and to bring forth messages that will be shared. And by bringing forth the wisdom, it is that we embrace and allow that surrender, which means we allow that to touch us so that it awakens something deeper within ourselves. Just don't allow it to go in one ear and out the other, so to speak, but allow all that we share to pervade and permeate throughout your energy field, so then you can bathe in it. Always remember, we are so much more than a physical body. Remember, we are spirit living a physical existence, so thereby we connect to all life force. So it all moves through our energy field. So we become more aware of spirit in action, meaning all that is moving into our field of light, we are connecting to, but we need to be aware of it to connect to. So Spirit said, the forces are strong and empowering, providing a new wave to exercise a fresh approach and a satisfying path, which will lead to a destination appealing to thyself. For we are truly awakening to far more than what meets the eye. This being the year of enlightenment, it is truly a fact that light shines upon all, and all who are brave enough and strong enough to embrace what you are learning, what you are seeing, what you are feeling and sensing, will truly conquer and will walk the path of righteousness and truth. And it is this truth that will awaken you to far more. This is the year too that we achieve what we set out to achieve. One must set goals and one must focus on reaching a goal. And so then you put energy into that goal, which means you are depositing on a daily basis love and nurturing that goal. And so therefore that leads to success. Always remember that you are more powerful than you think. But it takes that initiative to go deeper within oneself, to recognize that it is always there, and allow yourself to come out of hiding so that you can truly embrace what is within. We need remember that we are all aspects of God. So we have within ourselves a mantle. So allow it to be recognized. Today it truly is a day to recognize all that is strong and all that is powerful in the sense of your mind. Always allow yourself to acknowledge and respect all of who you are. And with your mind being so powerful, it has the option of turning on or off. But if you give your mind a duty, continue to have respect for it, and it will serve you. It is all about love and respect. And you become more dutiful. And it will then show you satisfaction. As I gave this morning, and the righteous find peace in their own surrender. For it is indeed time that mankind surrenders, in the sense that they allow peace to fill their heart, and for them to truly wake up to what is taking place within themselves and all that surrounds them. Let spring be an example of new beginning, new bloom, new horizons. Let it be fresh, but also let it be a time of great mastery. Support your needs by recognizing your thirst. Give lovingly and observe the improvement. Never give up on serving your purpose, your soul. Love, communication, and commitment are vital for a healthy relationship. If any lack, so too the relationship slides. And with these three components, love, communication, and commitment, we need work on all three. And then you will find that you will have a very healthy relationship. But it is also being true to oneself when you acknowledge that one needs polishing, needs attention, needs action. You acknowledge. And this is a relationship within the self, just as much as it is a relationship with a friend, a colleague, the earth. For every relationship is about spirit, connecting with spirit. It's a relationship of love. If love is lacking, so is the relationship. If you're sentenced to doom, if you are not putting in, we need to acknowledge, are we nurturing and respecting and loving oneself? Are we providing what our mind, body, and soul are calling for? And this indeed is about having the strength to identify. For if you do not have strength to even be aware or acknowledge what is needed, then how can you succeed? So it is with love that we share this. Let it be that you recognize this within yourself. Are you loving and respecting yourself? Are you giving to your mind, body, and spirit what it needs? And I'm sure that you can understand this. And it is a simple task. Move into your heart center where truth will come forth. Also, allow yourself to communicate with yourself. Listen to what your body is saying to you. And allow your body to be heard by acknowledging. If your body is calling for rest, rest. If your body is calling for fresh air, move outside. If your body is hungry for good, nutritious food, provide it, that nutrition. But when we acknowledge this, we respond with love, for we are listening, we are communicating, but we have a commitment too to serve our body. You must remember that when you came to the earth, it was a commitment right from the start, a loving commitment for you to communicate with your body, with your higher self, your spirit team, who were here and still are here, providing you with assistance. And this is something that we must treasure, that we must cherish. And this is a relationship. So always honor the relationship. Honor the relationship of yourself. And by doing this, you are nurturing and you are growing. You are providing a platform for your destiny, for your purpose to be achieved. But also too for yourself to be at peace and happy with your achievements, knowing that this is who I am, what I need to achieve, and what surrounds me. Recognize your environment. Is it healthy? Is it serving and feeding your soul's purpose, your mind, body, and spirit? Recognize and then be, meaning be aware, be active in what you are learning. This is the communication. And your commitment to loving and serving is part of that agreement. So take it upon yourself to love and respect thyself, honouring the soul's journey, honouring the life that you're here to live, and then communicating. Listen to your body. Listen if it is in pain. Listen if it is joyful. Because our bodies also let us know if we are hearing beautiful music and you're feeling elevated, happy and joyous, well then you listen to that music more regularly because you know it feeds your soul. It feeds your energy field. When you listen to music that pulls you down, gives you headache, you stop. You know that that does not serve. It is that simple. You recognize what it serves you, and that is loving and respecting. That is communicating, and that is a commitment. I know that this serves me well, and it lifts me to a higher vibration. And I will continue to listen to this music so that it feeds my mind, body, and spirit. That is commitment. That is love. And that is communicating. And then you will feel in seventh heaven. You will lift and raise the vibration. And so then you will feel the peace. And that is the righteousness. Do you understand? It is that simple. That is righteous. And the righteous find peace in their own surrender. Because I have surrendered to acknowledging that this is a truth. When I listen to this wonderful music, it allows me to radiate and to elevate into a loving, peaceful nature, where I'm bathing in the divine presence. So Spirit said, if you love and respect yourself, you are committing to nurturing and communicating with your mind, body and spirit, thereby having a happy and healthy relationship. You know what you need and what serves you well, and commit to providing the right environment and care. This also works with every relationship in your life. When you are committed to a loving relationship, your essence is communicating on all levels. So again, recognize this, not only with yourself, but with your loved ones, with your family, with friends, with nature, in your workplace, wherever you dwell, wherever you go. Recognize the environment and how it's serving you. And then make the right decisions, the right choices in life. And then we continue to walk our pathway of righteousness and truth, with love in our heart, knowing that we are aware. And it all comes back down to the awareness and act. We speak often about the double A, which is awareness and act. We are aware that this serves, and we act to make sure that it stays within our life. I am aware that this doesn't serve. I'm aware that I act and do something to deplete it. We serve ourselves by loving, respecting, and honouring the light of who we truly are. And time is of the essence, and strength pulls you through. Importantly, stay focused on the message outcome. When we know what we need to do to serve ourselves, to serve our purpose, we send messages just like as we communicate to the messages that we receive. And remember, we receive messages in many ways. Not only from our spirit team, angels, and guides, but also we receive messages through nature. How often have you had a feather fall to your feet, or notice a feather on the path that you walk, or even fall into where you are sitting? Yes, indeed, they can appear. And that's to let you know that spirit is near. Angels are aware of us. They come closer to help bring forth healing. And this is all healing. All that we have spoken about thus far is all to do with healing. Because when we love, we are healing. When we communicate and when we are committed, we are healing all the time. Because we are responding to our spirit. We are responding to our essence, and it's healing. We are becoming lighter. And all is being transformed to light, which elevates us, so that our energy field becomes lighter in many ways. Just allow yourself to take more time in surrendering to be aware of what is taking place within your energy field, within your mind, within your heart. Recognize the goals. Recognize where you see yourself tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, in 5 years, 10 years. Recognize a life plan and knowing that you are sending loving, healing energy to greet you when you arrive. And it will, because it will be communicating, and it is a commitment that you have made to yourself. So have plans. What is upon you becomes you, especially if you let it. We are creators in our own right, and this is the aspect of God. We choose our own thoughts. We choose whether to dwell in them or whether to let them go if they are not serving. For we create that space, that sacred space. And so allow yourself to take notice of the space that you have provided. Be wise and offer yourself the assistance to stand and remember your own purpose and have pride in what you offer, for the world is watching. Remember, what you put out, you receive back. We are all connected, we are all united in spirit. So we want everybody to shine because it benefits all. So when you see somebody else shining, be grateful because it's affecting you in a great way. Your essence is strong and has the capacity of more than you realize, and it takes a great soul to achieve a masterpiece. So allow yourself to really put in, hammer it, I received, and stay tuned, which means stay tuned to the higher vibration. Align yourself with the highest, and you will then receive the highest. You will receive the highest blessings, and the righteousness of our truth will be upon you. We are here to endeavour, to progress. And as we continue to progress upon our pathway of righteousness and truth, it is within our own heart to benefit each and every day, but each and every moment that you recognize that it is now alive. So allow the fruits of your labor, meaning all that you have put into this life, serve you well, for it comes to serve you. So be the peace and be the light and allow it to shine forth. And may God bless you. And may the sparks of light always be true to you. I will say to you that it is a time now to rise. It is a time of elevation and enlightenment. It is a time of upliftment and connecting to the higher vibration. It is available to you. Just as we speak with you now, let it be that you receive and allow your soul to take this on. Know that you have the strength, the power and the might to embrace the love and the light, which is your true essence. So truly be this, and you will find peace, and peace will become you. For the time is now. And the holy light walks forth and shines the light for all to see. And all receives who are open and receptive to a loving gesture, a loving embrace. It is soft, it is warm, and as it encompasses and embraces you, you feel that. So just as you feel this now, let it be that we surrender with you, that we unite in this beautiful, peaceful moment of love and tranquility. And oh, holy light, grant us the light, and all that serves you will know you. For the light is your friend, and the warrior princess moves forward, encompassing you. Let it be that we rise and find light. And the Father shines forth, encouraging this light. Step up onto your pedestal. Be aware now of yourself standing upon a pedestal. And it could be made of whatever you choose, whatever you see, whatever has been provided for you. But stand upon it proudly, shining, radiating your light. Here I am. I am upon the pedestal, and the holy light shines upon me. I feel the loving warmth in my heart, and I sing my song. And peacefully I awake to the dawning of the new. And what a breakthrough. For I am truly rich with the blessings of all that has been impressed upon. So shine now. Know that this is the goal, to truly shine like never before, for young and old, for you are always young in spirit, and spirit will for always lift you, carry you, direct you, and assist you. You are aware of your master watching over you right now. And you feel the loving presence. And you know that you are ready, for you are prepared. For this is the day that I call. And this is the day I answer. And the heavenly blessings fall upon. Your prayers have been answered. And the calling becomes stronger, for today we speak of strength. And the strong grow wiser, for they are filled with the light. They are humble, and they know that the sight has been prepared. And all that they see has clarity, for the pure light is present. And holy light grants, and the meaning of life is assured. Sacred blessings fill you, and you feel the vibration moving through you, the bright light upon you. The angels gather, supporting and comforting. And healing prayers fill the hearts in need. Receiving the strength and the comfort, knowing that you are never alone. Never forget how you feel this moment upon your pedestal. Honour who you truly are. Honour your birthright, your life's journey. And never forget to love. Love thyself. Love all. For the more that you love, the more you shine, and the more love you receive. So allow yourself to be loving and kind. And I'm shining.
Hello, Sarah. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Please remember to sing, and please remember to shine. And just remember that you are truly loved, and that the divine continues to watch over you and lead you on the right path. And I'm encouraging all of you to smile and know the truth. Because here I am. I am happy because I know great things are coming.
Indeed.
Yes. But also too, I loved that image of standing on the pedestal. And it's so true. For when we see ourselves above, then we acknowledge and we respect and honour. That's so wise.
Very.
Just remember, you need to love and respect the self every day, because you are an aspect of God, the great light. So serve that light, and you will benefit from it. And then you will really enjoy seeing.
Very much.
So I believe you now.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. And for those
Thank you, Sarah.
not aware of Sarah or don't know Sarah, Sarah is as she presents, a young girl who comes in obviously from spirit, and one of the guides, a very wise guide, who speaks to and through Jenny.
Yes, she is adorable, truly adorable, very delightful. Yes, it's wonderful to have that feeling of the child when Sarah comes forth. I really feel that vibrancy, the excitement and the enthusiasm, being so carefree and wide-eyed, knowing that there is so much more than what meets the eye. We really truly need to be more like the child and lift that vibration and run like the wind and allow the wind to really lift you and carry you forward.
And then it becomes a breeze.
It is, it's a breeze in many ways too. It is a breeze when you keep things simple, and that was Jesus' teaching too. Our beloved Jesus always taught about simplicity, and it's all about love. Moving through the heart centre, always loving, always forgiving all. So truly beautiful message from Jesus and Sarah and Melchizedek, and also too the angels that are here today. But also you're aware of a greater power that's so divine, so pure, that enters in through your heart, and the holy light, which is the essence of all. It is the truly pure light. We are all one with this. We need to remember this, and this is where we are waking up. And this is what we talk about, the awakening, because people are having that understanding about unity, because we all need to unite to rise. Unification of spirit, because remember, we are all spirit. So that means we are all one. So we all need to do the best to be more of our light. So then it benefits all. So we all need to work together at that.
Very much so.
Yes.
Unification of spirit is so apt. It is the motto of One Life Federation. But the message, unification of spirit, that's what it's about. As Jenny just mentioned then, unity. As Sarah just came forth, again, what was inferred? Unification, upliftment, coming together, pulling together for the common goal, for the common good. And friends, if I put it to you, as Sarah again spoke of that upliftment, you just place yourself in a situation where you go into an apartment building, a tall one, and zoom, you get in the lift, press the top button. Doesn't matter how many floors, 51, 151. You get up the top, it's just the same as being in a mountain range. And you get up to the summit, you look around. Take in that breath of fresh air and wow, the reverence, the awe, the spectacle. It's magical, is it not? When you look around from that summit. Why? Because you've been uplifted. It's as simple as that. You can be doom and gloom and down on the floor, but what does it serve? It serves no one. Lower energy. It's a case of up to the top. Get up to the top, look around and admire. And then if we look up higher into the clouds, into the sky, and admire creation as a whole. There is so much to be admired. In this day and age, there are many experts around. Everyone has an opinion. And we know what an expert is. An ex is a has-been, an expert is a drip under pressure. But look to the divine, look to God, look to Jesus, to the great wisdom. And it's there. Nowhere else. It's there that we find the wisdom, the guidance, the love, the support, the encouragement, the healing, and much, much more. If we keep our focus on the above, we will never be let down. We will never fail. But let it not be short term that we keep that focus. It's also easy to feel uplifted. Oh yes, that's great now. And now we'll deviate and just go off and do. Because we just end up on a repeat, never-ending cycle. I think back, both my parents are in spirit now. And this being Father's Day, I'd give anything to be able to have my father and my mother physically present with me. Why? Because I admired them so much. They were wise, and they provided me with that guidance, that nurturing, that love, that upliftment. They believed in me. The encouragement was enormous. Never did I lack for encouragement and support or love. And we think of the role, that beautiful, loving role of parents. The mother, the father. There's no differentiation, okay, male, female, but they work together with peace, love and harmony for the betterment and the benefit of their children, their offspring, those they created. Of course, and this being Father's Day, it's an appropriate time to speak of this. Just the same as Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, Jesus, do the same toward us. It's a case of that upliftment. We can look back upon wisdom, and I'm reminded again of some of the wisdom that came forth over the years. And it's been used before, but I'll quote it again. When I was 18, I knew so much more than my father. When I was 30, 35, yeah, I knew a bit more than my father. When I was 55, I didn't know as much as my father. And when I was 65, I wished my father was still here. The moral of the story is quite plain. None of us know as much as we wish we knew. And we have to be honest. We can all think of ourselves as being wise and expert. But if we stand alone, we are alone. If we unite, indeed we are united. And it's not only unite as in night, it's 24/7. Unification of spirit is the coming together. It's the pulling together. It's the achieving. It's the pooling of ideas, of resources, of much, much, much more. I can think back to the fun times, and there have been many fun times. I was fortunate. My father was a very inventive man. If a tool didn't exist to do a job, he'd invent it, he'd make it. Very, very useful, constructive, innovative, a great creationist with his hands, his mind. Very astute. I could say similar things about my mother. I was very fortunate, very blessed. And so it is that I tend to look at things in a bigger, broader perspective. And I can be quite different from the norm, so to speak. But when I look at my father, and I'm speaking in the general sense of wisdom, of love, so much versatility. Why? Because he allowed himself to be open. He was not closed-minded. Open, loving heart. He was a Gemini. And Geminis typically, in the males, that is one of the attributes, if we follow astrology. It's not my area of expertise. But they are outgoing. They are party animals, party creatures. But always with love. Life is to be enjoyed, not to be destroyed, but to be enjoyed. And so, make something of it. If you want something to happen, make it happen. It's the same as we say. We take the first step, God joins us on the second step. Why? Because we have to declare our hand. We can't just sit back and think, oh, I'll wait until I get a sign, or I'll wait until it happens. That's a cop-out. It's passing the buck. If we want something to happen, then we need make it happen. And it's all very well for people, likewise, to lose interest when it doesn't happen during the first or second or third week. Again, really? Look at the number of times the greats, and I'm talking of the greats, everyone ranging from Beethoven to Einstein. How many failures did they have? Stacks of them. Stacks of them. And that's what made them great. Truly, that's what made them great. They had to work hard, very hard, had to create their own opportunities. Fail, 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 but then, E squared equals MC squared. Is it right? You go and check it for yourself. And why do I say that? Because it means that you now step forth and start the wheels moving. That's what it's all about. Many of the great masters, many of the great achievers achieved this way. I can think back to some achievement. I'll call it an achievement, and it was a massive achievement on my part, although it was not intended that way. But I'm sure our spirit friends knew very well. And it was Christmas time, nothing to do with Father's Day, but I use it by way of inspiration. And it's a beautiful story, priceless, because I can't think of a price to put on it. And so I was driving on the way back to where I was working at the time, coming on Christmas. And of course, the inevitable, pulled up at the traffic lights, and a young boy, he was knee-high to a grasshopper, fair dinkum. And I was driving a VW bus, so you can understand, I only mention that because you realise it's not just an ordinary car. He had a long-handled squeegee, bucket of water, and he was struggling to reach this thing, and he's all over the windscreen, desperate for a few dollars. I had no change, no small change, so I gave him a fairly large note. And to see the expression of elation on his face, I was the equivalent of 35 Santa Clauses having visited him right on the spot. He lit up like a Christmas tree. Wow! I didn't obviously intend to him to give all his money, but he thought this is Christmas, and I was not going to spoil it. But what I learned out of that is the giving, the sharing, the joy, the upliftment. And it doesn't have to be money. As we give to another, more so without a reason to do so, without any real commitment, as in it's a birthday and it's an obligation or whatever. That was a bonus for him, totally unexpected. It was a gift, and that gift really lifted his spirits, so much so that he went around the entire vehicle, did every window in record time. I don't think he ever moved as fast. And all these years later, I still tell that story. But I use it here in terms of motivation, incentive, upliftment. In this day and age, when we have so many challenges upon us, again, I say to each and every one of you, with love, go above. Go above. That was the encouragement my parents gave to me. It's imperative, and it comes forth from Spirit of the Highest. And I'm reminded again of the many experiences I've had by way of being a musician entertainer. I could write a book on some of the funny things which have taken place. And I remember being in a railway carriage, and I'll use this again by way of illustrating, getting the point through here. And I was with my father and other musicians. Our goal, we'd been booked. We had to play music in the railway carriage. It was a special train, not just an ordinary train. And in fact, it was the old observation railway carriage that had a glass dome on the end of it. It came from the original Spirit of Progress. The original, the one that was drawn by the steam engines, ran between, and this one was being used between Ballarat and Spencer Street. So you can get your maps out if you don't know this area. So we had to play music non-stop, and it took about 45, 50 minutes, whatever it was. And above that observation window was a huge gauge, must be about 12 inches in diameter, proudly displaying in miles per hour. And it was sitting on 70 miles per hour, which was a wonderful achievement for a train on that line, which was not the greatest, and a very special train as it was. But as we were sitting in the carriage, we had Dad, who was a very, very good saxophonist. I was playing something which looked like a piano accordions, and it was an organ built into it, and there was a drummer and others. But it was a single track and had loops, the old switch tracks, loops, like passing. You go out onto a loop, so as another train could pass, and then you come back to the main line. But every so often, of course, you know what happens. When the carriage hit the loop, we were travelling at such speed, the drummer's playing here, and then all of a sudden we're on the switch, and oh, there's the drums. Okay, why do I use this story? Because it was so bright, so uplifting. Nothing was a challenge. It was fun. It was real fun. It was uplifting. And things moved. Okay, so what? They've moved. Okay, I'll do it over there now. This is what I bring in to enhance the story here. Things change. So what? If things didn't change and stayed the same all the time, life would be monotonous and boring. There'd be no challenges. there'd be no growth. And eventually we would just get so bored, we'd walk away looking for something else. Life needs its challenges. We need challenges. We need goals. We have to set those goals. We need aspiration. We have to aspire in the first place so as to be inspired. If we don't have the inspiration, if we don't have that original aspiration, what is there? There's nothing. And it's for us, each of us. This day can be the first step, the first stepping stone, if we wish it to be. We all want a better future. We all value our freedom. We all value the sunlight, the richness. Jenny mentioned the beautiful flowers, the adornment at the beginning of the service. So much be available to us. We all have gifts. Every one of us has gifts. And thank heaven we are all different from each other. Otherwise, again, there'd be monotony. We'd all be the same. Boring. Why? Because of lack of variety. It's for each of us to bring our talents to the fore, just as our loving parents have done with us, just as our divine parents do for us likewise. So the question, and I love posing questions. Sometimes I get good responses, sometimes people walk away with hostility. But it's for each of us to put a mirror in front of us and reflect. But reflect with love and with honesty. And then, okay, what is it I see? And if you don't see anything, I'd be really worried. Look at that mirror. Look at what you see. Am I being proud in honoring my parents? Am I being proud in honoring Jesus and Almighty God as our spiritual parents and guides and masters? Are we doing a good job? Are we doing a good job in guiding our children? Those youngsters who look to us the same we looked to our parents. We know how beautiful it was when we, in our young years, looked up to our parents and to us. They were our role models. They were everything. They were our icons. They were the masters. Everything about them. That's how people look to us now that we are in mature years. So what example are we setting for the young who look to us for guidance and wisdom and encouragement? It's the same for our planet, the environment. Are we being good parents, good nurturers, good masters? Because life has no separation. Life is life. Unification of spirit. We are all one light. And if we value and so prize what we see when we go outdoors, it's for us to nurture, just the same as we nurture our young, just the same as we hopefully nurture our elderly. For we are all here to support, to look after, and to nurture. And friends, if we link together and pull together, imagine just the same as a cohesive sporting team. We look at a sporting team, and I'm not at all into sport, but I use the example. You know when a team functions well. Don Bradman's team, known as the Invincibles, was one of the greatest examples of all. They were virtually unbeatable in cricket. Virtually, well, as the name implied, they were invincible. The whole team, every one of them. And if Bradman himself didn't get over 200 or 300 runs, there was something really wrong. Why? Because there was the belief, the trust, the faith, the harmony, so that they all knew and they all expected. It was just a normal thing. Yes, we'll go out there, we'll win today. Friends, if we applied this approach with life, with our church, with our employment, with our social outreach, with our families, with every aspect of life, would this not be a case where, wow, the sun would really shine? If we all looked with that love and that faith and that trust to the divine, would we not bathe in exquisite ecstasy in all ways, at all times? Of course we would. There would be such unification that anything other than unity would seem very strange. Anything other than love and peace and harmony, we wouldn't even hear it. Does it sound too idealistic? No, because it is perfectly achievable. And all we need to do is get ourselves up into the higher vibration, link with the divine, and be one with the divine. That's what it's all about. Is it hard? No, it is not hard at all. But we need to let go of the personal, whatever they may be prepared to work together for the good of all, and let goodness come to the fore. Let go of the vested interest. Let it be love. Love is the answer. What was the question?
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Truly wonderful and inspirational talk, full of so much wisdom. It was wonderful listening. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Jen.
I know you have a prepared talk which you
I have a
use.
prepared talk. I didn't even use.
Because it came straight from the heart.
From spirit too.
And spirit, definitely.
Thank you.
So it comes forth with so much love, exactly what we're speaking about today. The love, communication and commitment, but also about strength. And that reminds me so much of my own dad. And happy Father's Day to my dad.
Yes.
And I'm so blessed to still have him with me as we venture our lives together. But my father always reminds me of strength. He's such a very strong-willed man. And I always remember of his encouragement with me. And one time always stands out was when I was young, and we would go on family picnics with my father's work, and they would have the running races. And as you know, I'm only little and short, and there would be races for age. And so the other girls were always so much taller than I, and my dad always believed in me. I would always say, but Dad, well, they are so tall and have longer legs. And he said, but you are, even though you're short, you're quick. And I can still remember going in the race to please my dad, and he was on the sideline, and as we started to run, he was running on the sideline, and I won. And he said, I knew you would do it. And it was about that belief and always encouraged. Even though if you did think you would win or succeed, my dad always believed in me. And so that's something that's always still touched my heart, and my dad is so strong in having that belief in me and the other children and his grandchildren and great-children. And so it's something that I will never ever forget. And it's something that we all need to have that strength within ourselves of belief. So, yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you for sharing. That's, yes, I can just imagine you in that race.
Yes.
And good on you.
Yeah.
And congratulations for winning and for
But
entering.
it wasn't that's right, and that's what it was all about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Be willing to participate in life.
Yes.
Because it passes by so quickly. Yes, and so it is. That unfortunately, our time with you has now passed by again so quickly. And so, in a moment, we bring forth the closing prayer, but we take this opportunity of thanking you for joining us for this special broadcast, being Father's Day.
Yes, and thank you,
yes,
Dad, and we give thanks with love and gratitude for all the fathers of the world, and also to our Heavenly Father, all who watch over us in the Spirit.
Indeed we do. And thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
And so, friends, will you please join with us now for the closing prayer. Almighty, loving and eternal God, great and supreme Spirit, Lord Jesus Christ, our dear friends of the highest, we so thank you for all your blessings, as we thank you likewise for everything which has been supplied, thus making this special time, this broadcast, possible. But we thank you likewise for the blessings which have taken place by way of healing, inspiration, upliftment, and the outreach, ensuring that messages and inspiration be received where needed. And in all ways, whereas we say thank you, we so look forward to your continued guidance, love, support, and understanding and encouragement, but likewise your healing. And we thank you for the inspiration which we ourselves have received and taken on board. And as we embrace, let it be that we, by way of example, show our appreciation through what we now put into action as a direct indication of what you have brought to us. With love we say thank you. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, everyone. You have been watching and listening to a live broadcast from the Lighthouse, the House of Light, a One Light Federation church located in Melton, Victoria, Australia. And we come to you at this same time 1 hour ago, every Sunday. Thank you, and God bless you.